Captain America: The Brave New World is set for more reshoots after poor test screenings. This is something I really did not want to hear. Something about this movie has always been missing with me. Like, I'm excited for it, and I think it's grounded like The Winter Soldier was, and that's such a great movie, and like I have hopes for this, but there's always this thing in the back of my mind where it's like, Anthony Mackie isn't the one. Anthony Mackie isn't the one. Anthony, you know? Wow. And I'm like, damn it. And I don't know if I don't think this has anything to do with Anthony Mackie, really, but you know, this movie has had a turbulent road. Like, this isn't the first time it's getting reshoots again. Like, it's getting reshoots again for like the second or third time. And good thing they did this now, because it's supposed to come out on February 14th. But yeah, like a ballooning budget, and you know, that keeps going up, and they got to keep doing reshoots, and they got to keep getting it right. And I don't know, there's like a lot of pressure on this one film for some reason. And you know, there is a reason. It's, you know, it's the next Captain America, literally, both in movie and in character. So right. We got to see, they got to sell us this guy. And I don't know if they have. I watched the Falcon and Winter Soldier show. I liked it for what it was, but I never, it never convinced me that this guy could be the next Captain America. And that, I think that's what this movie needs to do. But it doesn't seem like that's going over well, but I don't know. Chris, you were kind of lukewarm on this the whole time, so I think that I don't think this hinders or like fuels your motivation to go watch it. But like, upon hearing reshoots again, what's your initial thoughts on that?
Anytime you're doing reshoots, it's always at least an exclamation mark. But having said that, I can understand that sometimes when you're reshooting something, it's just because it doesn't necessarily mean that there's huge creative differences or anything like that. But this says poor test screening. So obviously these test people that they're sitting down and making them watch, advances of the film haven't gone over too well. I'm curious as to why. But, I have my own theories. I'm not sure how much of it, is real. One thing I could really see people not liking is, characters or ideas that are pushing some kind of an agenda and are kind of being forced down your throat, right? Yeah. And this is the movie with Red Hulk in it, right?
Yeah.
I could see, Harrison Ford is not suiting up and doing anything physical in these movies. So another criticism I could see is the battle scenes are just way too much special effects and CGI and nonsense, gobbledygook. So I can see there being a little bit of pushback around that. When I originally saw some of the trailers that have come up before, it seems to be more of a real life sort of grounded in reality kind of movie, right? With the military and everything like that. Very much sort of like Craven, right? They're taking these movies that take place in far out dimensions and they're sort of bringing them down here and having more of a grounded story where there are repercussions and there's a human element to it, whether that's the army or some of these secret organizations. But I don't know. There's definitely been a spin. When I was looking at this story, I saw 3 other stories on Google all saying, they're reshooting it, but here's why, 5 reasons this is a great thing. And it's like, okay, now who's under whose payroll, right? So I think if I had to put money on it, I would say overall it's not good. Just because this has already been delayed, it's been changed. They did the test screenings already with the Red Hulk. We made fun of it. It looked all constipated and stuff, right? So I don't know. To me, my opinion is it's not good. I don't think it's a good thing overall.
Yeah, reshoots never scream good. I mean, there are times where it does benefit the movie and it was a good call, but like when it's on this path that this movie's been on, it's, it is kind of a concern at this point. Like, it's like, what the fuck? I thought we were good.
Sometimes it does work out. Like, for example, when Sonic the Hedgehog, when they first tested out the first Sonic, God, bro. Remember it got panned. Dude, and if they didn't care, if they were so hard-nosed that, like, the fans are wrong and we're right, they would have gone head first and gone forward with that same model for that first movie, and it probably would not have done as well. It's like, look at this. This is... What a goofy thing they made Sonic look like. He looks like whatever. And it's so funny because if you look at like the character model that they did for the original one for that Sonic, while it didn't work on the screen, you could see why they would model it that way to sort of look like sort of the video game a little bit. But what they then did afterwards is they modeled Sonic to look more like the actual like cartoon image of what Sonic should be, like the guy you see on the cover of the games, as opposed to
the promos,
guy you see,
the artwork.
Yeah, as opposed to the guy you see in the game. So I think they did it right. They listened to the fans, and it was a huge success. So could we be here in 6 months and we're like, wow, best Captain America movie of all time? Possibly, right? They listen to the fans, or they listen to the test screenings and they fix certain things, right? But I don't know. And I think this is getting way too long in the tooth. And the longer this movie gets delayed, the more that it's going to probably go up against another giant movie that's coming out, right? Like, the more you delay it, the more you're more likely going to go head to head with another blockbuster or something else. Because all these people, all these companies that make movies, they have a giant calendar and they take a look at it. And if I know that, Ryan over there is dropping a soccer movie next July, and I have a soccer movie, I have two choices. I could probably drop it next to yours and see if I can get some of that residual sort of bounce from it, or I'll try to avoid you like the plague.
Yeah.
Me personally, I'll try to avoid you like the plague. You do your soccer movie and I'll do my soccer movie like 3 months later. But if there's delays, sometimes it's now I'm up against you and you have a bigger movie, a bigger franchise, et cetera, et cetera. Doesn't get much bigger than Captain America, so I'm not even too concerned about that. But I don't know. The delays just don't look good.
No, they don't. I did see, just to close this off, I don't know if this has anything to do with it. I don't even know if what I saw was real. I saw reported screen leaks of this movie on Facebook, and they looked legit. But it had Anthony Mackie kissing a dude, and I wonder if that's what's not going over well. That was kind of because people saw that, ran with it. You know how it goes on the internet. Like, everyone was talking shit. So it's like, fuck, I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. Because I saw that and I didn't know if it was real or not. And now I'm hearing about these reshoots. I'm like, huh, okay, maybe it was real. So. Yeah, I don't know, man. Weird, questionable choices. Again, back to these agendas that, you talked about, how they want to shove it down your throat. I mean, it's definitely something. So if you guys like this video, be sure to check out the rest of the channel and consider subscribing. Go even further and subscribe to Podcast Fresh wherever you listen to your podcasts for new episodes every week.